Hi, good evening everybody, this is Bev at Clerical Vision and I'm decided to do a video here because I think I'm going to enter the sort of giveaway contest thing that Brendan Van Die's got launched at the moment, and it's thanks to a band which is native to his country. I think he said they're from Melbourne in Australia. The band's name is Wartooth. He's hooked up with these guys and they're giving away a signed copy of their latest album and a bit of merch to go. So Brendan is running a little kind of mini contest to enable you to get your name in the hat. And I figured I'd just go for it because why not? I'm supporting Brendan, I'm supporting the band. If I win, I'll listen to the album. If I don't like it, I will pass it on to someone who no doubt will love it better than me. Simply because I'm not a huge thrash fan at all. It's not kind of my style, but I am willing to give it a try. Yeah, so here we are. Now, in Brendan's video, which I will link below, you'll see the guys from Wartooth talking about what they write about, which is a lot of kind of serious issues about the shambles that's going on in the world, basically, and it can vary from wars and conflict to poverty and divisions and mental health and God knows what else, you know, all that kind of stuff. So the only request Brendan had was to show a video, show a record or a CD, an album, where either the album or a song, so I suppose it could be a single as well actually, yeah, an album or a single that where the song lyrics discuss a mental health issue or a environmental issue about the climate change or some kind of division or, you know, political, I don't know if it's to be political or whatever, but, you know, some kind of worldly issues that are going on. So I have picked out, I don't know, about 3 or 4 maybe that I thought I would go with. And one sprung to mind and I thought, well, I'm going to put it in because I think it's kind of relevant and with things that are going on in the world today. So I'm starting with this, and it's from Running Wild, Death or Glory, right? And this is my favourite album by them, as many of you probably know by now. So there's a song on here, and it's called Evolution, as in Evilouti. So Evolution, and I just got the booklet out from the remastered edition because I thought they talk about it a little bit in here. Well, Ralph does, and or Rolf even. Is it Rolf or Ralph? Yeah, Rolf. He speaks a little bit about that album, and he describes it ideally actually. So what it's about, he says, this song Evolution dealt with the way history has unfolded over the last several centuries, the way our lives today have been shaped by all the wars which have happened, and also the way in which corporations have controlled the way we are supposed to think and live. So lyrically it's kind of, you know, like the big powerful people telling you things, whether you know, telling you things, giving you false hope, corruptive governments and powerful people that are just trying to say anything to make you happy and that kind of stuff. Lyrics, example, I've got them here. For example, first verse, danger for the free as they reach for the sky. I should be laughing now, but it's death in disguise. Pain, that it seems no borders, empty lives alone to feel. Is that right? pain that sees no borders, empty lives alone to feel. Okay, insane. But who's to help us, evil from the boot of steel? So, and then doesn't hurt to flee, pride when you die, should I be crying now, their deeds are full of lies. So that song kind of is more about the powers that be and how truthful or untruthful they are, and conflicts because of decisions, etc. And I think there is another track on here that kind of reminds me similarly, which is Bad to the Bone. That was the single. So along with Evolution, I think that kind of makes me think about corrupt leaders, military leaders, government leaders, and just all these kind of things. So that's that one. Now I've got about 3 songs here that touch on mental health. This one's not metal at all, but it's quite a powerful song, and it's actually off this album, Automatic for the People, REM, and it's Everybody Hurts, their hit ballad. There's no point in taking the booklet out because the lyrics aren't in the booklet, that's why I've got them up on this screen beside me. But again, this is about people who are depressed, going through low times in their life. So some of the lyrics, it's quite possible you know these lyrics quite well. When when you're sure you've had enough of this life, well, hang on, don't let yourself go. He's kind of saying to you, look, things will get better, and yeah, don't, take comfort in your friends. Everybody hurts, don't throw your hand, oh no, don't throw your, if you feel like you're alone, no, you're not alone. Yeah, the bit that always gets to me in that song, particularly when I am feeling low, is when you think you've had too much of this life to hang on. That kind of reduces me to tears almost when I hear that at a time when I am low, to be honest with you, because I know exactly, it's almost like it's speaking to me. It's as if I'm speaking to me, so that is one song that's very, obviously, it's about mental health. Another one about, I think it's kind of depression related as well, which is on this album, Stained Class by Judas Priest, and it's the track Beyond the Realms of Death, which I think is actually my favourite song on the album. Yeah, it was the second last. And again, it's about someone who, I believe, it's almost as if they've become dead to the world outside, and they're stuck in their own mindset where they feel it's safe because the world outside is rotten to the core and they can't deal with it. Lyrics example, he had enough, he couldn't take any more, he'd found a place in his mind and slammed the door. So, and withdrawn, he'd sit there, stare blank into space, no sign of life would flicker on his face. And it's quite harrowing, the lyrics, to be honest with you. It's obviously about someone who has suffered a lot of pain in their life. But yeah, I do like the song, it's a nice song, but lyrically it's quite sad, I would say. And a third one relating to mental health, which, is going on. It is on this album. I guess you could also relate it to 2 issues, serious issues. It's on this album, Pat Benatar and Crimes of Passion. This is 1980, this album, and it's the song Hell is for Children. Again, this is another song. I've got the lyrics here. It's a lovely song. It's a very emotion-soaked song, and when you read the lyrics again, it's one that can... depends how low you're feeling yourself, but it's a song that has the potential to reduce you to tears because it touches on the child abuse topic. And obviously, if someone goes through that, if you're a child and you go through that, in fact, if you're a human of any age and you go through some form of abuse, it's automatically going to have an impact on your mental health. So there's kind of two things in one there. But yeah, they cry in the dark so you can't see their tears. That's the opening couple of lines, you know. Because hell is for children, and you know that their little lives can become such a mess. Obviously when the mental that kicks in, and then it's also confusing, this brutal abusing. They blacken your eyes and then apologise. Be daddy's good girl, don't tell mummy a thing. Be a good little boy, you'll get a new toy, tell grandma you fell off the swing, you know, and it is such... It's actually very direct, to the point, that lyrically, that album, and I think that's where the pain comes from, listening to that song as well. I said album, I meant song, but you know, it's a lovely song. Pat Benatar does it really well, and you know, she's sung it live a few times, and God only knows how she's held it together while singing that live, because it must be quite emotional. So that is that. And I thought I'd throw in a fourth one, which I guess you could link it to mental health again if you wanted to. It's off Pretty Maid's second last album. This was the one previous to their current one, Undress Your Madness. This is Kingmaker, another fantastic album. This is almost as good as their current album. It's so good, really good. And there's a song on here called Civilized Monsters. There's the tracks, not that you'll probably make it out. So yeah, Pretty Maid's excellent band, and the song Civilized Monsters, I've got the lyrics here. Now this one generally is a song. The lyrics are about suicide bombers. That's kind of, it's like directed at suicide bombers, the lyrics on this kind of, or it's as if you're kind of writing the song to a suicide bomber kind of thing, or so you criticise, antagonise. It really makes me wonder, why are you here? You're sowing fear and wish me 6 feet under. You reject to my values in life, and you believe in what your preacher is telling you, and renounce me as you sharpen your knife. Put on your belt and get ready to blast me to hell. So, you know, that has obviously been inspired by recent worldly crap that's going on. So I just figured that might, you know, be something. Again, there's another one. Let me see. You threat me, you'd kill me, behead me for all that I am, indoctrined, there's no turning back, you're brainwashed, deranged, and you're hateful. You're off the rails. Your soul is as black as your flag. Yeah, I think it was described in an album review as a scathing attack on suicide bombers. And so I guess, yeah, it's a good way to describe it. What's the song after this one? The next one that follows on, Civilized Monsters, is called Sickening. And again, this is kind of, when I scan over the lyrics on this one, it's almost, I think it's talking about the radicalisation of, you know, some people, and of certain kind of backgrounds and all that sort of thing. So quite deep, dark lyrics in them as well. So that's my handful of songs there. All very powerful lyrics in their own right. all got a message to say, yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and thanks Brendan. Thank you to the lads in Wartooth. I know nothing about you except that you're a thrash band from Australia, and Brendan loves you, and probably loads of others do, so if you happen to watch this, good luck in your career. Hope it's prosperous. And I'll see you all in another video, and don't forget to check out Brendan's channel. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. He's absolutely brilliant. See you later. Bye.